Hi, Cynthia Beck, Master Hypnotist, and this is the third of a short series on hypnosis as science. And so we know that the brain puts out an electronic impulse, just like the heart does. You test your heart rate when you're running and to see what your resting heart rate is. And your brain also has an electronic impulse, but the two aren't coordinated. I think that's really interesting. And so we measure the brain electronic rate with an EEG. It's a cap that they put on your head that tests for all of the electronical impulses that the neurons create when they fire. So when a neuron fires, there's a little electricity, and the neurons fire at different speeds. And it just so happens that these different speeds indicate different states of awareness. So in the brainwave pattern called beta, which is a very fast pattern, you're awake and thinking and involved in the moment. And when you are asleep, your brain waves are only pulsing at somewhere between 4 to 7 pulsations per second. And you're not taking in anything from your five senses. You don't feel the bed, you don't hear the outside noises, you don't see things, you're asleep. Now you do have dreams, but dreaming is still at 4 to 7 pulsations per second. And the indication of dreaming that we see is rapid eye movement behind the eyelid. So when you're watching somebody sleep and their eyes are moving a little bit, they're having a dream. And so between beta and delta, there are two other measurable stages, and one is alpha, and the other is theta. Theta is just above delta, and it is that sort of detached, kind of spacey, zoned out, deep feeling where you're really not thinking about anything, really. And a lot of people like to get to theta when they're meditating. Alpha is an everyday state that you fall into a lot. And actually, men's brains go into alpha more often than women's brains do. And it's sort of that pause state. For example, if you drive the same route home every day and you leave for home and you intend to go to the grocery store, but you drive past it, it's because your brain has relaxed and gone into alpha. Your muscle memory is actually driving the car, and your brain is off thinking about a lot of other things besides driving. Alpha is also the state that we see the brain waves slow down to when you are being creative or when you visualize something in the mind's eye. So we do a lot of hypnosis in the alpha state. There are lots of other things that can slow down your brain waves. Guided visualization. The difference between hypnosis and guided visualization is that hypnosis usually gives you a suggestion that you intend. Guided visualization is just sort of seeing yourself in a story. And then there's meditation, and meditation is sort of about letting go of all thoughts, which is a challenge for everybody, but just letting thoughts move in and out until you get to a nice, calm, breathing place. You can do walking meditation. You can get into a nice, relaxed state if you're doing yoga or Tai Chi or Taekwondo, some of the other slower movements with the body. There are lots of ways to get there. But in hypnosis, we actually invoke that state so that you can create the world you want. And in tape 4, I'll tell you exactly how we do that.